Hey everybody, Dallisa here. We are doing our intuition and manifesting masterclass right now, and my students have submitted some really awesome questions, and so I wanted to make this video available. Now, I took questions from my students who are currently enrolled in my master class. And so if you're like, well, I want to ask questions and I want to be involved in the class, absolutely. Just look at the contact info below this video and reach out to me, and I can give you more information as to when the next intuition and manifesting master class is going to happen. I host them regularly, but space is limited. So reach out today and I can certainly give you more information. So let's get started with these questions. So the first one, I keep hearing the key to manifesting is to let go and let the universe handle it, whatever it is, right? What is the strategy to letting go, and is there an oil to help with that? Yes, yes, yes. There are several oils you can use. But if you're really trying to let go, the one that I would recommend is Release. And Release is the oil, and I hope you have a pen and paper to write this down. Release is an oil that I use whenever I feel like, there's something on me energetically, or I can't get out of my own way, or I keep going like in thoughts and circles. And so Release is the one that I would use that for that. Is there a strategy in letting go? My whole thought on this is, if you are really having trouble letting go, you actually should clear your energy on control. Because if you're having trouble letting go, that means you're having trouble getting out of your own way. It means you're trying to control how the universe gives you things. So, that's so funny. They just dropped in another class that I teach called Surrender Your Shit, SYS program. There's a lot of meditations and stuff on that around releasing on control. But I would do a meditation for now where you ask the universe to help you relinquish control, and that you allow yourself to step more into faith. When you have faith in the universe and you believe that the universe has your back, and you truly, truly, truly believe that, then you will find that you'll be able to let go more, because you understand that, all right, you got my back, you're doing this, I'm helping to send the orders up of what I want and what I'm manifesting, but I trust that you're gonna provide, okay? So that's my thoughts on getting out of the way. So Release oil and leaning more into faith, and clearing your energy around the need to control, okay? All right, next question. What is too much when it comes to oils and intentions? Can there be too much at once? And then they go on to ask about them getting in their own way, and then asking also, how do you let go? So we just went over that. But how much is too much? If you're feeling like you're overwhelmed by the amount of oils or the amount of intentions or things you're trying to manifest, then that means you're doing probably too much. I would focus on one thing, and maybe it's that every week you set a new intention, and you use one oil for a whole week to help you with that intention or that thing that you want to manifest, okay? So don't do this thinking that there has to be like a logical protocol. I'm giving you a lot of information in class, and all of my students that are watching this, you know that there's a lot of material and videos that go very in depth with how to do all this. So don't get stuck in the protocol logically. I would much rather have you feel your way through this, listen to your heart, listen to your gut. But if you're feeling it's like, whoa, stick with one oil for 1 week, a full 7 days, and focus on whatever that intention or ritual is that you want to do with that one oil. And try that for 7 days and see how that feels. All right? Next question. I'm overwhelmed by all of the oil choices. How many do you use at once? Kind of the same question that I just went over. How do you stay focused? How do you know which ones to use? Yeah, and it's almost like this person's getting too stuck in their head, and that they're prepping to get the ritual and the oils ready, and that's kind of missing the point with this. The point is that I want you to slow down, breathe, lean more into your faith, and that you know and believe that the universe always has your back. And then slow down and ask yourself, what is it that I truly, truly want to manifest? And I'll give you some examples as we go through some of these other questions. But slow down, breathe. It's why I tell you to, or ask you to do one video lesson per week, why I ask you to submit questions weekly. Slow down, slow down. Because if you're trying to do it all up here and not here and not listening to your gut, you're going to miss this, okay? So relax into your heart space and figure out what it is you're actually trying to manifest or do. If you're stuck up here, I would ask yourself if you are trying to control things, all right? Yeah, so if you feel like you're procrastinating until you have enough time, you're missing the boat on this, because you should be able, like I said with that last point, you should be able to use one oil for 7 days and stick with that. And just keep it simple if you're feeling overwhelmed. Because if you're using one oil for 7 days and you're using it, let's say once in the morning and once at night, it should literally take you 30 seconds in the morning and 30 seconds at night, okay? All right. Great question came in about food frequencies. Are there foods that may lower your ability to manifest? Yes, I believe so. I think there are a lot of things that can contribute to your frequencies. I think oils are one of the fastest ways to get you to manifest and to get in touch more with the universe because of how potent these frequencies are. Anytime you're eating things that are highly processed foods, lots of sugar, some people's bodies, meat, red meat, or any kind of meat, it really depends on the person. I don't have any problem eating meat and keeping my frequency high, but that's just the way that my body reacts to it. So test it out with different foods and what feels right with your body. If you're gorging on a bunch of sugar, it's probably going to bring your frequency down. Drinking a lot of water will help to process that through. So I'm not saying you have to give up everything, but notice how you feel after you eat a big meal. And then they asked, are there common oils with really high frequencies? Yes. So frankincense is my buddy. So frankincense oil, either the Vitality or the regular. Vitality, if you're wondering, the white labels, I think you'll catch this in class, but that means it's okay for ingestion. It's just a label that is required by the FDA, all right? So frankincense will raise your frequency really high, really fast. So I tend to use this a lot when I'm channeling or working on clients. And so I put this on my chakra points and set the intention that I allow my frequency to raise even higher and connect with universe, spirit with more ease and grace. All right, so that's the one. And again, I'm not trying to overcomplicate this. So frankincense, you asked like which oil. I'm gonna say frankincense, joy oil, which I have in the other room. Joy oil I will put over my heart, and joy oil smells amazing. I've actually, I replaced that with, I don't use any perfume of any kind. And so I put joy oil over the heart, and people all the time are like, oh my God, what are you wearing? But joy will help to like crank the frequency up really high. But if you're looking to shed, meaning letting go of old stories, old programs, old beliefs, I would try oils like forgiveness and release, which we talked about earlier. Forgiveness and release will help you to kind of get the gunk off. And then once you're feeling like, ooh, yeah, I'm feeling this, I'm getting this, I would put joy oil on to then amp it up, okay? I'm sure you'll be watching this and go, oh my God, I have so many more questions. So for my students, make sure that you submit your questions so I can get those answered for you. Okay. How long does it take oils? How long does it take using the oils for things to start to take action, to move? That is really going to be between you, the oils, and spirit. Because I often talk about this in my stage show downtown Las Vegas. I do a part of the show where I talk about manifesting. And if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you're right. So be very, very, very mindful of what you're believing and what you think is going to happen. Again, check back in with if you're trying to control it, and sink back into your heart space and feel it from your heart. It doesn't have to take long. There are people that have manifested things and then the right person situation comes up 24 or 48 hours later. So it doesn't have to take a long period of time, but I want you to send the really strong signal to the universe of what it is you're manifesting. Hold it in your heart that you know that it's possible. Remember, you have to believe it before you're going to see it. It starts here in the heart, believing it, remembering what it is that you want, feeling it in your heart, and then you're going to see it come into fruition. So there is no ramp up period. There is no waiting period. This is really going to be dependent upon your belief system, how much you're giving the faith over to the universe, and really dialing and anchoring in that vision of what you want to manifest and getting out of the way. All right. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, similar question. How often do you need to use the oils to be effective in raising your frequency? Should you use them multiple times a day? I think if you use them once in the morning and once at night, awesome. I will reach for them during the day because I use them depending on what's going on. If I have a self-limiting belief or I feel like, oh, I can't do that. Nope, I'm going to reach for an oil and release that energy so that I don't manifest negative results. Okay, so I use them multiple times a day, but I will put it on my hand and put it on my chakra points, breathe it in, and whoosh it over my body. It takes 10 seconds. So you don't have to go through the full rituals every time that I'm teaching you in class. You don't have to do those every time, but reach for them when you're feeling an emotion during the day. These are your buddies. They're going to boost your frequency and they're going to allow you to process things faster. All right, so I would keep something on hand like Harmony. I'd keep Harmony on hand for kind of the day in, day out things when you feel like I just need some balance, I just need to come back in, I need to know what's possible. Harmony would be a good one to reach for, okay? All right. What's the difference in effectiveness towards your frequencies when using diffusers? So it's actually just having a conversation earlier today about diffusers. And Gary Young, who was our founder, who's no longer on planet Earth with us, but trust me, his energy is around. He talked often about using diffusers at night because when you're asleep and your guard is down, you can breathe in the aromatherapy of the oils and they will have an effect on you, all right? So the conversation this morning I was having was that people should be diffusing Believe oil. And Believe is a blend. It smells a lot like trees. I use it regularly. And I use Believe to remind myself that anything is possible, that I am my own best friend, I can get through anything, a real strong belief in the universe. So I use Believe. The conversation this morning was diffuse Believe at night for 7 days in a row and see what happens. So I would definitely put Believe on your shopping list for this month. It is worth mentioning. You should order, I swear to you, through the monthly Essential Rewards tab in your virtual office. Go to youngliving.com/VO for virtual office. You'll see a few tabs in there. There's going to be a tab that's a monthly order ER, which is Essential Rewards monthly order, or a one-time tab. I personally order everything through the ER monthly tab because I earn a percentage of everything I order back to me in points every month that is like cash to spend on things. There's no cost to be in Essential Rewards. It is a complimentary loyalty program. They do require that you order 50 PV every month to stay active in Essential Rewards. I find that that's really easy to do. 50 PV is about $50. And so if you feel like you're going to be ordering oils, sign up and purchase your things through the ER tab. You will set the date that you want your Essential Rewards order to ship every month. All right. So I set mine for the first of every month. So process your first Essential Rewards order, then you can go back in and change the shipping date for your next order. So I always do it the first of the month because I remember that, oh gosh, it's towards the end of the month. I need to change my order for the next month. So I go in at the end of every single month and I put my Essential Rewards cart together, my shopping cart of what I want to order. And then it processes for me on the first of every month. But that's how I set it up. So you can certainly do that through your virtual office, or you can call Young Living and do it over the phone. But why wouldn't you want free points to use like cash? I have been doing it so long, I earn 25% back of everything I order every month. So it adds up. I believe you start, if it's your first month with Essential Rewards, I think the earning percentage is 10%. I'm pretty sure. And so the longer you're in it, the higher your percentage gets. So it adds up. Okay. So diffusers, yes, we talked about that. What oil would you recommend for an empath, an intuitive empath, so somebody who's very sensitive to energies, which I know a lot of you are, that is working in a very hostile or mean-spirited work environment? So, yeah, there are a few oils that I think would be good for you. Stress Away, I mean, I have it in the roller ball, but you can just get your bottle of Stress Away and use it. But for the roller ball, and they sell a few of these in roller balls, I just put it on. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's going to be okay. I'm going to make it. So Stress Away should be one that you have on you at all times. So I talked about Harmony earlier. Stress Away is one you should be grabbing all day, every day. Ylang Ylang's really good. I use Ylang Ylang. It's a flower. I use Ylang Ylang anytime I just need to be reminded that it's all going to be okay and that we're all connected. And even though some people aren't kind, I can still be kind to myself and come from a place of choice rather than reaction, right? A place of choice rather than reaction. So just keep that in mind, all right? So Ylang Ylang is a good one for that. I love Ylang Ylang. Okay, next up. Should I be focusing on manifesting money in order to achieve all of my dreams? Or should I anchor in my dream instead? Which is a great question. So I'm going to use an example of Lee Harris, who I love, love, love. He's a fantastic energy intuitive. I've had the privilege of studying with him. And he used this great example. So somebody said, oh, I need to manifest $1,000 because I need a laptop. And he's like, no. You don't need to manifest $1,000. You need to manifest a laptop. And then that person manifested on the laptop and they ended up getting a laptop. So I want you to be very, very, very clear. What are you actually manifesting? Okay. So I'll use myself as an example. I really wanted to go to Hawaii. I'm like, oh gosh, that would be so great. I didn't manifest, let's call it $5,000 because that's about how much this trip ended up being valued at. I didn't manifest the $5,000 to go to Hawaii, but instead I won a contest through Young Living that got me and a guest full complimentary trip to Hawaii. So I didn't have to manifest the money. I manifested the trip because the trip was what I actually wanted. So get very, very clear on what it is that you're asking the universe to provide you with. Okay? And remember, you want to think about what that is. You want to feel it. You want to believe that it's possible and know that it's possible and that it's coming to you in order for the universe to line up the GPS and send it to you. Okay? Okay, but great question. All right. I had a hard time acknowledging a specific dream for myself. Can a dream be a characteristic you wish to acquire? Like being more assertive, being more decisive, being more confident. Could that be a dream? Absolutely. Because I think a big piece of this class is letting go of what no longer serves you. Letting go of things that are no longer part of your story. Things of your past that you're just like, you know what? I don't believe that anymore. So absolutely that can be your dream. But get clear again on what that characteristic is that you want to manifest. If it's that you want to be more confident, great. But have you released why you haven't been confident? Because if you haven't really thought about why you haven't been that, then you're not able to release that and heal that and move forward from that. So I think you do have to look back at why it hasn't been that way. Why have you not had that characteristic? And again, that's part of my SYS, Surrender Your Shit program. But recognizing why it's been that way so that you can actually release it, let it go, so you can move forward, okay? So yeah, you can anchor in onto what characteristic you want to manifest, but just make sure you understand why you haven't had it yet, or why you lost it, why you lost your voice, why you decided to stand back here and let everyone else tell you what your life should be. So I would meditate around that, journal about that, okay? Okay, next up. It might be interesting to hear how a sample day of yours is and how you use oils. I mean, I use them all the time. I use them in my bath. So because I perform 4 shows a week in Las Vegas, I tend to do a lot of baths to clear energy because I'm standing on stage and all this energy is hitting me, okay? So I will take a cup of Epsom salt and I will put the oils in it. And then I will dump the salt into the bath, and it actually will integrate more into the bath water, which is helpful. So I'll do that. I'm always reaching for oils. Dreamcatcher is an oil that I tend to use at night to help me. Whatever it is the universe needs to install into me, I use this for setting the intention that I give permission for the universe to install more light, to release anything that's no longer serving me. So Dreamcatcher I use at night. I will reach for brain power if I feel like my brain is a little slow or I'm like tired and I need to kind of get with it. I'll use brain power and I'll put it like up here on the tops of my head, and I will put it back underneath my neck. So brain power is what I use. I use Digest, especially if you're traveling. And really right now with everything that's going on in the world and all the panic with the coronavirus, I will put Digest. They do sell a Vitality Digest bottle, which again is for ingestion. But I will put Digest in my water, a couple of drops, and it helps my stomach. And so if you're somewhere where you're not sure the food quality or the water you're drinking, put a couple of drops of Digest in there. So I reach for that a lot. Raven I use a lot for any kind of breathing lung stuff on me. So this is really in my repertoire right now, especially with things in bloom, the time of year that we're at right now. And I would say I use Awaken a lot because I am looking to bring chakra points more open so that I can connect faster. So I use Awaken a lot. One I use in the show, it's actually in the showroom right now for the downtown show that I do, is myrrh. And myrrh, if you want like skyrocketing frequency, myrrh is going to be an oil that I would highly suggest. And if you want to manifest an oil for yourself this year, put rose oil on your list. Rose oil is made of rose petals, and it is one of the highest frequency oils you could have. It is expensive. I am not going to lie to you, but that is one that I think would really be a treat for you. So if you want to manifest rose oil, I think you should do that. And this other one, Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood, I use that one a lot too. And this one is expensive. I'm not going to lie to you. I actually won this from Young Living as well. I won lots of stuff from them. I just won another prize from them. I feel like I'm always winning something because I love oil and education and helping you be the best version of yourself. But Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood to me is really good for setting intentions around the brain and your thoughts and how powerful your thoughts are. Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood to me is a perfect oil to use at night to just help everything relax. It's amazing. So I went to the Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood farm in Hawaii when I won that trip, and incredible. So my friend and I planted trees there. So one day maybe I'll have oil from that tree. Okay. And so the last question I have on here is, after using an oil, I have them on my hands and I tend to touch my face and my eyes. I don't necessarily want to wash my hands, but I feel like I should. So what do I do in this situation? Yeah. It's great because remember, you don't want to touch your face after putting oil on your hands because you don't want to get it into your eyes and your nose and your mouth. because some of these are really gonna burn. And remember, don't use water because water drives in oil. So if you do happen to get it in there, do not flush your eyes with water, okay? I keep them on my hands. But if I use one that's really strong, like oregano oil, I absolutely wash my hands afterwards because oregano oil burns me because it's so hot. So I use oregano oil on the bottom of my feet when I'm feeling run down. So I would highly recommend using some of these oils with a carrier oil so that you don't feel some of the heat of these oils on your skin. So make sure you test the oils out before you put a large portion of them on your body. But yeah, I don't wash my hands after having oils on them. I don't really touch my face that much, but if you are somebody that does, then wash your hands. It's kind of your personal preference. I will say that maybe a good rule of thumb could be carrying around the Thieves hand sanitizer and using that. So that your hands are clean. It does have the 65% alcohol, which the CDC is recommending for the coronavirus. So make sure you have Thieves hand sanitizer on you. And that will probably help as well. But yeah, I mean, we're all washing our hands a lot more these days, but Thieves hand sanitizer is the way to go, in my belief, because it does hit the parameters that the CDC has outlined. So yeah, amazing questions. I'm so thrilled to be your teacher. And so I want you to go on to the next video lesson and submit more questions. And again, if you watch this video and you're not my student, reach out. The contact information is below, and I'll get you more information on when the next masterclass for Intuition and Manifesting with Ease is going to start. So let's do this. Let's keep manifesting. I look forward to getting more of your questions. All right, and bye for now.